Hi, this is Pam, Flower Patch Farmhouse, and we are on our garden tour. This is the middle of May, so it's like the 16th or 17th of May today. We are beside the greenhouse, and I've kind of put up a makeshift bear deterrent. Not that it would keep the bear out, but you can see there is a trellis. I put up that panel there is where the bear always wants to get in, and I don't know why. There's nothing in there he would like. But I've got a staging area for different things. They're getting acclimated to the sun and direct light rather than being in the greenhouse. And I have that tub there that I water from so they can get bottom watered. And I have a canna lily there. I have two of them actually in pots. The other one got smashed by the bear and it's still in the greenhouse. So he broke off the plant, and I'm hoping it will regrow from the root. But that's going to go on my back deck. I'm going to have kind of a tropical look or vibe on my back deck this summer. And the canna, I am growing more for the leaves, the foliage, than I am for the flowers. And there is my terracotta fountain I dug out of the basement because I'm going to put it back together on my back deck. And my first iris of the season. See that? That's a freckled purple. I can't remember the name of it. I had looked it up and found one. But that's a very old iris. It's one that my cousin had dug out of a farmyard in Idaho. And an abandoned farmyard. And there's my alliums blooming. This is a lilac I had started from a cutting of my neighbor's. I need to get it in the ground. Oh, there's something I did want to show you. Let me go grab it. See that lilac there? It's really tall. Goes down to the pot. That is a sucker I dug up a week or so ago from my neighbor's yard. It's a dark purple lilac. I don't have any yet, so I went and snagged me some suckers. I have two of them. And they're both doing great. This one did not even wilt at all. I keep them under my back deck because it's shady until I know they've gotten well rooted. So over there, my garden bed, which I still need to plant up. Let me move over here. I want to show you how I know it's time to do it, because right down there is a bunch of volunteer pumpkins. Now, when the pumpkins start growing from seed, you know it's time to plant things. But here, this is the angle towards my secret garden or back garden. Alliums are starting to bloom. And irises are about to. They are all budding up. See the buds? So things are starting to come to life back here. And growing. Here's a batch of tulips. These have been blooming for about a week now. And I don't remember the name of them. But I got them at a garden center late in the season and they were like 70% off. So I paid $2 for the whole package. And beside my studio. And you can see how much greener it is. Finally. So here we are beside the studio, or coming in front of the studio. And again, everything's starting to fill in. I trimmed beside the pathway with my weed eater, so it wasn't such a mess. That everything started growing at once and I can't keep up. And this is columbine. This is black barlow, which it's really just a super dark purple. It's not really black. You'll see pictures of it in catalogs and they show it much blacker than it really is. And that's my Zephyrin drone rose, and it's going up and across the eave, and it's full of buds. I had to dig out a rose right here. You see where this trellis is? It's got a clematis on it right now. And right there, I think it had that rosacea. No, that's a skin thing. It had a rose virus anyways, and it's in the burn pile now. I'd rather forsake one rose than have all my others be threatened. And that is my Dreamweaver rose. It is also going up, and I need to train it along the eave. My Lithidora right here. is doing beautifully. And the side bed right there, the tall thing in the center, that is my Russell lupin. That is a blue, well, kind of a purple blue. And that's my Abraham Darby rose, tons more iris. This right here in the middle is my Nearly Wild rose. It's pink, single petaled. And that's my side garden. So as you can see, the big pallet compost bin is gone. I just have a big pile here. It's not completely composted down, so I'm just going to leave it. I might plant like morning glories beside it, and that will cover it for the summer. And this is my front garden here. My creeping phlox is just now starting to fade. The cool down for the last couple days, we've had some rains, has really helped it to stay going longer, but it's nearing its end of its bloom. It's really been pretty this year. And over here in front of my porch is where I have my Bobo hydrangeas, and they're doing great. Those things climbing are clematis. One is Nellie Moser, and the other one I think is Killian Donahue. But I had whacked them all the way to the ground last fall to plant my hydrangeas, and they have come back even thicker than ever, and they are loaded with blooms. So don't be afraid to cut back your clematis, because it will just come back. So lots of weeds. This bed right here, which is so full of stuff, is going to, I think I'm going to either put my dahlias in here or seed zinnias. I'm not certain yet, but it's still a debate. And that basically is my garden this year, or this May. Those are my Japanese maples. I'm just putting the pots of them in the barrels. I'm not going to plant them in the barrels. They're sitting on the barrels. Because I don't know what I'm going to do with those barrels. I would like some kind of evergreen, like a conical shaped boxwood or something I could do a topiary with. But I haven't settled on anything yet. So I'll just stick those in there for the summer, because this gets afternoon shade, so the trees will do great here. And that's about it for the middle of May 2018.